back to my channel. As we're ending up 2023 and looking forward to 2024, I'd like to introduce you to my two dogs. We got Tank, the big guy, over here, and we got Angel over here. They are 6 and 7. They're getting up there. Average lifespan's about 8. I've had 2 prior to these, and they made it to both about 11, so here's hoping. They're doing pretty good. We can get a few more good rides out of them. They seem to be having fun. Today I would like to go over everything that we got here and kind of why I bought it. As you can see, I got a barrage of stuff. So with that, let's get going. With ending this year and beginning 2024, some of these parts didn't come in later. I bought with the machine. The winch that you see down here. There's also a windshield wiper kit as part of making this unit road legal. And actually, it would have been really nice to have this fall when I was running, because you don't know how many times we had to get out and wipe mud off our windshields. And having the washer and the wiper motor on my windshield would have been a cool thing. I had what I thought was an electrical issue when I first got the unit. The lights on the front wouldn't shut off. They'd actually flicker. I think it was due to water in the ignition switch, but by the time the dealership could get it in to see it, it kind of all went away, and I didn't want to give it up for a couple weeks, end of summer there, beginning of fall, just because it was good trail riding. So we waited till the last trip I went on up north, and it had an issue with the intercooler. I've got 1,300 miles on the rig, and I haven't owned it 6 months yet. So it was still under the factory warranty. They took care of it, but as a precaution, I bought one of the RPM, I call it a big core. I got this from Fueled UTV. Fully welded, doesn't have O-rings, should never have an issue with it. The thing looks really robust. I like how the thing looks. I guess from what I told, you just take the rear muffler off the back of it and you can get right at the bolts and pull the old one out. Since I'll be disrupting the coolant system anyway, you can see my infernal cab heater. We're going to do that all at the same time. If Lux works out, I'm going to take some videos of the actual installs. So if anybody that has a turbo out there, Polaris supposedly fixed the issue, but mine went. So heads up, especially if your machine's out of warranty, I would think about putting one in. So, yes, I got an infernal cab heater. The last ride we got into, when we got up that morning, the windshield was completely iced over. I tried to scrape it. It's on the inside, the outside. I ended up taking a hairdryer to it. Once the ice was off it, I didn't have any trouble. It really wasn't that cold, but it was cold enough to have ice. So I definitely decided to get a cab heater. Goal is to make this street legal. So part of the street legal process is a turn signal stick kit. So I ended up going with the XTC Power Products one. What I liked about it was it's self-canceling, so you don't have to worry about leaving the switch on. It has a nice column mount, all aluminum switch, so it actually looks nice. Comes with a horn, all the wiring, complete wiring harness. The only thing I don't like about the kit is it comes with the LEDs, the little ones you drill the holes and poke in. I'm not too keen on that look. I don't know if that's enough to satisfy Michigan's for enough turn signal light. I'll get into that a little bit later. Along with the kit, I bought the headlights. So this is a nice headlight kit. I bought all this from Pro UTV Parts. So it's just like the factory headlights, except for the arrow is the turn signal. It has a separate wire, so it's actually pretty simple to wire up. It does come with a harness that works with a different turn signal kit, but it has the plugs that will let me plug it in, and then I can change this to fit my other kit. So I don't think it'll be that bad to use parts from two different kits. We'll get into that later. I'm going to do another video as kind of partial installs. I don't know if we'll detail the entire installs. Depends on how much time I have. So with that, another issue I had on the trails. Actually, we'll go over this first. I thought this was a nice thing. This is a catch can for your crankcase vapors. People talk about the water vapors going through the sensors and caking up on your turbo and stuff. And so I kind of thought this would be a really nice thing to have. It looks really nice. The brushed aluminum one, well, polished aluminum one, is actually cheaper than the all black one. And if I determine that I don't like the shininess of it, I can always paint it black. But I think I'm going to leave it shiny as it is. It's got a nice pre-filter bag over it. It's got a drain on the bottom. It lets you drain it off, catch it, and get rid of it without letting it out in the environment like you're burning it through the crankcase. So that'll be another fun one. This was just optional. I think it would be beneficial in the long run. So let's bring this to another problem that I've noticed in my riding in 1,300 miles. Fuel economy. Fuel economy sucks. This is only a 2-cylinder, and I was out of fuel before my buddy with a Pro R was, and that's 4-cylinder. So I don't know if I'm just cranking the heck out of this thing and burning a lot of fuel. So I have a under the seat 4.5 gallon fuel tank by RPM. This was also bought by Fuel UTV. It comes with a fuel pump and all the hoses and fittings and a switch in the dash. So when you want to refuel, all you got to do is turn the switch on and it'll transfer the gas out of this tank into your machine's tank. I thought it's kind of cool. It is a little pricey, but I would rather carry gas in something that's mounted solid to the machine than have these cans that you buy, which would be cheaper. They're still kind of expensive in my line of thinking. Strap them to the roll bars. I just don't like to carry extra fuel out where if you happen to get into trouble, roll over, you could potentially pop another tank. Another issue is why I have the S&B filters, and another part of that is there's some thought that I may go do some desert running where there's even more dust. So I've got the S&B particle filter separator. This also came through fueled UTV. This is kind of cool. Instead of having one mounting up above your roll bar or behind your roll bar, this one mounts in the fender. This replaces the stock piece that's up on top. This is all hidden down above the tire, down in the fender. It's a really nice unit, and it basically will still look fairly stock. What I don't like about it is it's got electrical connection. It has a fan, variable speed. It's got a sensor that goes on one of the spark plug, so it knows how fast the motor's running, and then that determines how fast the fan runs inside of this. So it has another moving part, and I don't like things with a lot of moving parts for obvious reasons. So with dust in mind, that brings us to the Mac Air, my rugged radios. I got a really bad sinus infection, and I coughed up dirt for about a week. Very miserable. I'm not going to do that again. So I can't believe how small this unit is. It's tiny. And I can mount it up under my roll bar or behind the seats. Comes with a big filter. We'll see how long that takes to plug up. Come with all the brackets and stuff to mount it. This one has the variable speed, so I can adjust how much air, because most of the time it's probably just going to be me. The other thing is, I got the magnetic hose connectors. Supposed to make it a lot easier to get in and out of your machine. Thought that would be kind of nice. I'll definitely be doing some future videos to show how I mount everything. Of course, I have the Bell helmet that has the air intake on the top of it, full face view. We didn't go with the ones that have the rugged radios. My buddies, we all went with Cardo headsets, so I'll be putting a Cardo unit in this. The only reason for going with Cardo and not rugged radio, I would have preferred to go to rugged radio. I don't like the distance the Cardos work, but we're going back to Moab, and we want to take the Cardos with us. To take a rugged radio system, they're built into your car, and I don't know how well the portable headset of the handset units work. That was one of the things on our last trip to Moab. You couldn't talk until you stopped. So it's kind of nice to be able to talk to your buddies. So that's the route we're going for now. That may change. I have a lot of stuff. I also have the wiring harnesses for the front light, and I have the rigid chase light bar on the back. I have not done anything because I was waiting to see what the dealership was going to do about my electrical issue, which has kind of went away on its own, and it kind of makes me mad that it's probably going to come back. But they told me go ahead and mount everything. I've got an extended 5-year warranty. Anything shows up, said they'll take care of it. So that's where we're at. The only thing left would be, and I got it kind of figured out, that'll be in another video, will be my rear brakes to make this street legal for Michigan. Michigan requires a separate brake system completely. So I have to put cable brake calipers on this with some sort of a lever. I don't know if a standard emergency brake lever is going to work in this application. There's a place up in Grand Rapids that'll do it for like $1,800. I'd rather spend that money elsewhere. I like to tinker anyway. So looking forward to more videos in 2024, plus some more riding. Thank you and Happy New Year.